My name is Jorge. I'm from Guanajuato, Mexico. When I was 15 years old, I moved to the United States, specifically to Reno, Nevada. Ever since I was a little kid, I dreamed of opening my own gym and starting my own brand of athletic shorts. Back in high school, I discovered Austin, Texas, a city that was becoming a hub for fitness culture. I would spend hours watching fitness YouTubers and following athletes on Facebook. They often toured locally owned gyms in Texas, each with its own unique personality. That captivated me. I knew deep down that one day I wanted to move to Austin, open a gym of my own, and let it reflect my personality. In the spring of 2021, I made that dream a reality. I moved to Austin, Texas. For the first time in my life, I felt alive. I was motivated and full of energy, finally living in the city I had dreamed about since I was 15. Another thing that excited me was learning that Austin is a very LGBTQ-friendly city. I had never lived anywhere like that before. My first year in Austin was like a dream, a honeymoon stage. I made friends easily. Austin is a friendly city where people are open and talk to you. I started going out a lot, dancing, drinking, meeting new people. It was a way to get to know the city and connect with my community. For a while, it made me feel happy. But over time, I realized it wasn't. I kept going out, but it no longer brought me joy. Deep down, I felt anxious, depressed, and lost. Worst of all, I felt like a failure. I had moved to Austin to pursue my dream of starting a gym and building a brand, but I was doing the opposite. On New Year's Eve in 2022, I was supposed to meet friends downtown. They never showed up, they got stuck at another party. So, I ended up drinking alone, wandering downtown until I almost blacked out. I barely remember the night. My phone died, and I somehow walked, drunk and alone, from downtown Austin to South Austin overnight. After that, I told myself I would slow down. I tried to find balance, but I still struggled with the fear of missing out. I thought if I didn't show up, people would forget me. A few months later, I went to a pool party. I was having a conversation with someone named Sebastian, who started flirting with me, but I wasn't interested. I'm slow to connect with people that way, and I explained that hookup culture just wasn't for me. It wasn't a judgment, just my personal choice. But Sebastian got upset, accusing me of being homophobic and saying I had internalized homophobia. I was shocked. I wasn't judging anyone, I was simply being honest about who I am. After that party, I started feeling insecure. I questioned myself. I didn't want to be seen as boring or out of place, so I fell back into the cycle of partying and hookup culture. It wasn't what I wanted, but I didn't know how to stop. Then, a few months later, I met someone named Julian. For the first time in my life, I felt a real attraction and connection to someone. We spent a lot of time together, and I opened up to him in ways I hadn't with anyone before. But we were in very different places in our lives, he was thriving, and I wasn't. I felt vulnerable and insecure, and when things ended between us, I hit a breaking point. I became deeply depressed, but that moment also woke me up. I stopped drinking and decided to get my life back on track. I told myself, it's time to take charge. It's time to make decisions for myself, without worrying about what others think. I finally signed up for my personal training certification, something I had been putting off for years. I joined entrepreneur groups in Austin, surrounded myself with people who inspired me, and applied for a job at one of my favorite local gyms. I got the job. Now, I'm learning what it takes to run and manage a gym, gaining the knowledge I need to pursue my dream. Looking back, I realize how much time I wasted worrying about others, trying to keep up, trying to fit in. I didn't set boundaries, and I forgot to put my own happiness first. But now I know better. I'm chasing my dreams, focused on building the life I want. And it feels good to finally be me.